Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Tempo, Lim Tempo. Basically, I'm the senior sales director for Motorola, taking care of the Pelco and Indigo Vision product in the Asia region. Okay, so it's good to be back here after 2 years of lockdown. So finally, we can see each other face to face rather than having to do it on the Zoom or Google Chat. So I think this is excited to be able to come back here and see all of you. So I think again, even during the lockdown, there's a lot of things happening. Especially from a Motorola perspective. During the lockdown, where things are all pretty quiet, we are locked at home. But apparently, in the U.S., this company called Motorola has been making aggressive acquisition. So I'll just want to give you a bit of information about Motorola, so that you understand that Motorola, because as everybody know, is a company that is focusing on walkie-talkie business. That's what they've been doing, land mobile radio. But today, I think Motorola has started to venture outside of that, and they in fact have been invested heavily into video security and access control business. So basically, a new division has been set up under Motorola called Video Security and Access Control Division. And in this division, in fact, in the last 2 years, it's only within 2 years, Motorola has basically acquired, I think, 12 security company, and Pelco is one of it. Okay, so I just want to share with you a little bit of Motorola, and so that you're aware of what, that they are serious about coming into this business, not just buying out security business and then to sell it. All right, so just to give you a bit of a perspective. Sorry. So basically, Motorola is a global leader in public safety and enterprise security. Okay, so like I said just now, they are focusing on land mobile radio. This is basically their major business. Then again, from today onward, actually I think since 3 years ago, where they started to acquire security business, they will have basically what we call video security and access control, and then the command center software, bolstered by their managed and support services. What they are trying to do is to create a security ecosystem that is able to provide, so-called community safer, making the community safer and helping business stay productive and safe. So that is what actually Motorola is trying to do. It's no longer just a land mobile radio. Okay, this is the key. At the moment, it is still the most profitable business in Motorola. But again, you can see that these portions of the business is started to actually generate a lot of revenues to Motorola as well. Okay. So the whole idea of coming into video security in my division here is to actually make video security to increase the safety and security by protecting your people, your assets, and our facilities, boosting your operators' productivity, because the kind of security that we are looking at is not just a conventional system, but it comes with a lot of AI that can proactively detect alarm. And then of course, ultimately is to create a safe and secure environment. So that is in line, pretty much in line with what Motorola has been doing on critical mission, so-called mission critical walkie-talkie business, but now they are into not just voice, but they are into video as well. Okay. So in terms of where they serve, is pretty much, this is what Motorola has been serving in their walkie-talkie business, but again, this could also be extended into their video security and access control business, from public safety to national security, all the way to the enterprise security for commercial application. Right, so we are not just focusing on with the police, military, but now also into commercial application. So this is where we are. Okay. So just to share with you the amount of acquisitions that Motorola has made in the last 2 years. Okay. So these are all the companies that Motorola has acquired. Vigilant, which is an end-to-end video management systems that come with a lot of artificial intelligence capabilities. Indigo Vision, again, this is also an end-to-end but it is an open, what do you call that, distributed network architectures, where the system is mainly used in the casino environments. And this is Pelco. Again, Pelco, it is an end-to-end solutions, and again, Motorola has decided to even expand Pelco's, especially making a lot more cameras available for Pelco. Okay, Compass, this is what we call a decision management system, which is to be sit on top of all these standard VMS to provide, what we call SOP, standard operating procedure, because whenever this VMS detecting any alarm, you basically need so-called a set of SOP where the operator can so-called engage and then can act on those alarm, right? Because today what you see is in all these VMS, whenever there's alarm, you expect your operator to do something, but can your operator actually do what has been defined for them to do? It is not actually in the system itself that you can find those SOP. So Compass will add on those SOP on top of the VMS. Vigilant is a number plate recognition system. WatchGuard is basically a mobile radio, which could be body-worn camera or in traffic, so-called in-vehicle radio. OpenPath, this is a cloud-based access control system. Envision, this is basically a so-called retail management POS system and operation. Calypso, this is a UK company that is focusing on cloud-based AI, so-called artificial intelligence detection system. So meaning to say, instead of having a cameras that stream your video to an on-prem server for detection, you can actually stream the video that's available on site to the cloud, so that we will enable all the artificial intelligence features or filters on the cloud for you to trigger an alarm. Video tag is basically the so-called specialized cameras focusing on oil and gas, explosion-proof camera and so on. And then again, the final one is AVA. Again, this is a cloud-based video management system. So as you can see from here, these are basically all the security asset that has been acquired by Motorola, and Motorola is continue to expand, and we believe that is still going on to acquire more and more security-related business. Because the whole idea to share this slide with you is to let you know that Motorola is coming in a big way to invest heavily. And in fact, before we start the show, you have seen some of the video clip that we play. Motorola has even set up a new factory in Texas, in the US, to manufacture our camera. So we will find out, very soon. I think next year onward, all our cameras from Pelco, or all those cameras that is under Motorola, will all be manufactured in the US itself. Okay, so you'll be fully NDA compliant to all the OMWIF requirements, and it is able to integrate to any so-called third-party OMWIF compliant software. Okay, so this is key. Any questions so far? Good. So again, I think if you can see from the acquisition just now, most of the acquisition has to do with AI. So the whole idea of AI, whether it is on-prem AI or cloud-based AI, is to basically turn your video into data and turn your data into knowledge, so that it could be used to benefit the user. Okay. So the final slide, the purpose of what Motorola wanted to do is the same thing, is to create a end-to-end security ecosystem that will turn video into data, turn data into knowledge, that will basically, to help our customer in the moments that matter. So that is, a few slides that I'd like to share with you, just to give you a general perspective about what Motorola is doing, why they are investing heavily into this security business, is they want to basically make this as one of the pillars of their business. All right, so it's not coming in to buy the company and sell the company. So that is not their intention. Okay, so with that, I think I'll pass it to Ronnie, who will go into the detail of the product that we're going to present today. And of course, today we are not going to present all the product, because in my division here, we are only taking care of Pelco, Indigo Vision, Compass, and VideoTech. So the rest, I believe, as time moves on, Motorola might look into consolidating this product. But as of now, they are basically operating independently and depending on where the product is going to be parked under which division inside the company. All right. Okay. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you guys have have your lunch, and if you want coffee during the presentation to keep you awake, in case I'm boring, please just walk and feel free to get yourself a cup of coffee. All right. And for question, I will leave it to the end of the whole presentation, and that's where you can post your question, and we will have a panel of guys to answer to your question. All right. Okay, without any delay, I will start my presentation. Okay. So a little bit of history of Pelco. So 1957, this is founded by this gentleman, E.L. Hendrick. He started Pelco business as selling, aircraft spare parts. And he's later, ventured into building security CCTV component, the pen and tube. If you know Pelco 20 years ago, they are famous for enclosure, for the PT 570, the pen tube motor. That is what makes Pelco very, very famous. In 1997, they launched our famous Spectra Dome. Okay, this Spectra Dome has been since launched from first generation until today is our 7th generation. It has all the analytics, 4K, 40 times zoom. Later on, I will give you a short intro of that particular camera. In year 2004 is where we launched our first video management system. It's called the Endura system. So some of you may have used the Endura, and the good thing for Pelco, we never leave our customers behind. If you are using Pelco, and you would like to upgrade to our latest, Video Expert VMS platform, okay, you still can retain some of your old recorder box, because that is the most expensive part of the component in a VMS. Okay, workstation, because every day, your operator use Windows operating system has been obsoleted by Microsoft, so that machine has to be upgraded with new hardware. But the storage itself is where your money has been invested. So we would like to retain that when you migrate with us to the new platform. Okay, just 2 years ago, Pelco is being acquired by Motorola, and we have since joined our parents company. And last year, we have a manufacturing factory being built in Texas, as Tempo has mentioned, in the United States. So we are very excited about this acquisition by Motorola. Okay, I will not touch on this because Tempo has already shown to you. Oops. Okay, as you can see from the product line, in today's Pelco, we have a lot more camera range to fit any of your CCTV requirement. So we have the entry-level cameras, okay, all the way up to the enhanced. So we have all the high-end, 120 frames, frame rates in that camera range. We have the corner mount, the modular, the pinhole camera. In the past, I have customer always ask me, do you have pinhole camera? Last time, I don't have, but today, yes, I have the pinhole camera that I can share with you. Okay, our Spectra Dome, and all the way down to the explosion proof. We have the first Excite, which is about 15 years ago when we first launched, and we upgraded to Excite Enhanced one, upgraded the camera optics to equip with 2 megapixel, 30 times zoom lens, and also to equip with a pair of infrared illuminator. Okay, and we are also excited to launch our new Excite Enhanced 2. We have this little compact explosion-proof fixed camera, which is 6 megapixel. It's one of the highest megapixel in the oil and gas explosion-proof cameras. Okay, this slide is just a summary to let you know that, okay, these are all the new products that I will be, sharing with you, like the corner mount camera, the modular, the spectra enhanced IR lookup, the Excite enhanced, Pelco fish eye, Serix multi sensor, okay, body worn camera, as well as the Esprit compact camera. Okay. So the first product that I will share with you is the Pelco fish eye. Okay. So this is the surface mount Pelco fish eye. Okay, and we have the low profile or the in-ceiling type. So we have different type of mounting option for customers to choose from, and we also have different resolution, 8 megapixel or 12 megapixel, and all resolution we are running at full frame rate, that is 30 frames per second. So it's a big improvement from our previous fish eye cameras. All right. And all the Pelco cameras are equipped with the smart compression and Pelco smart analytics. So what's the difference between these two, smart compression and smart analytics? So as the words mentioned, smart compression is to help you to reduce bandwidth during transmission, as well as to help you to reduce your storage requirement. So for the given 2 megapixel, 25 frame for 30 days, if you enable the smart compression, you can save up to 70% of storage space. So with saving of storage means you as a customer, you can actually help your end user to save money on his CCTV requirement. Okay. So the next camera I would like to share with you is the corner mount camera. Okay. So corner mount camera, as the name says, corner mount means it's going to mount at the corner. You cannot mount at a flat surface because it's going to look very ugly. So corner mount, you need an adjacent wall, so you can mount right at the corner, and typically it's going to be mounted right against the ceiling as well. Okay, why? Because this camera is designed to be installed in, for example, a prison cell. Okay, so you don't want the prisoner to use their bed sheet, okay, hang onto a camera and hang themselves. Then the prison becomes liable. Why they keep a prisoner and the prisoner hang themselves in the cell itself. Okay, their time is not due yet, so the prisoner cannot go. Okay, so it's a liability by the prison. That's why they need cameras that is, be able to mount right at the corner, that don't provide any leverage for the prisoner to hang themselves. Okay. Also another option that we have is the stainless steel option. So with stainless steel, okay, right now this camera can be mounted inside a ward of a hospital. Okay, so hospital also needs to take care of, for example, prisoners, because they are sick, they need to go to the hospital. Then this camera is useful to be mounted in a hospital. Okay. Again, it comes with the analytics as well as the smart compression. Okay. Modular cameras. Okay. As the name says, it's modular. Means we have multiple parts to form a camera system. Okay. We have the main unit. Okay. So imagine this main unit is like the IP encoder. Okay. This is where it connects to your network cable and it's connected to your PoE switch. Okay. And then you have your RG175 connecting to your camera module. And this RG175 will carry power to power up your camera module. At the same time, getting the video feed back to the main unit for encoding and transmit back to your VMS. Okay, so this little unit here is called the right angle imaging module. It's one of the smallest camera module that Pelcos offer. Okay, we have this camera installed right at the back of the booth itself. So later, when during the break, please access yourself to the booth to look at how small this particular camera is. Okay. Another one is the micro bullet. Okay. As the name says, it's more like a bullet type, and this comes with in the form of a 3 or 5 megapixel. Okay, so you can mix and match whether you want both to be the right angle 3 megapixel, or you want both to be the micro bullet camera. Okay, or you can mix either one of them. So in our configuration here, in our demo, we have one of these 3 megapixel and we have one 5 megapixel of the micro bullet. Okay, so these particular cables can be extended up to 10 meters. Okay, because of we are transmitting very high resolution cameras, so the longer we transmit, the higher attenuation and interference you will introduce to the imaging. So we don't want to, the customers to, to see a lousy picture quality if we start to extend the distance too far. So maximum distance is up to 10 meters. All right. So again, each main unit can connect up to 2 imagers. So if you need, 3 cameras, then you need to purchase 2 of this unit. So one unit connect 2 camera module, and the other one you have 1 spare for future expansion. All right. Next is our body one. So before the presentation, I have a few, of my old-time friends and customers that are very interested in the body one. When they look at it, they say, hey, what is this? Because in Pelco portfolio, we have never been able to sell body worn camera in the past. And right now, we have this product to sell. And with this product, it's being offered to you, and you can sell to your customers right now. Okay? Oops. So the body worn camera is equipped with GPS. Okay? So with GPS, of course, the operators sitting in the control room will be able to know where your officer is right now on the ground. They are moving around the Jakarta city. They know exactly where they are. Okay? And it comes with a Bluetooth connectivity. So you will ask, so what is this Bluetooth connectivity for? Okay? In the body-worn context, it's actually being paired up to a gun hoister. As a police officer, you have your gun, you have a hoister to slot in your gun. Okay? So there is this Bluetooth sensor that is put inside the hoister. So every time the officer draw his gun, just taking out his gun, this will activate the body-worn camera, automatically turn on recording. Okay? So in an emergency, when the officer take out the gun, you don't want the officer to one hand take out the gun, the other hand go and press and feel where's my body-worn and turn on the recording. So you want this action to be automatic. Once gun is drawn, body-worn camera recording automatically turn on. Okay? And also equipped with peer axis recording. So if officers go out for patrol, they don't go out solo. Okay? No Lone Ranger. Okay? Always with another buddy system. Okay? In case I'm not feeling well, I got shot, I got my buddy to help me out. Okay? So peer axis is when I encounter a situation, okay, when I assist someone, okay, without me turning on the recording, my buddy can, on his body-worn, he turn on the recording, both of our body-worn camera right now start recording. So it's called the peer axis recording. So this can be in a pair, or this can be a group of police officers. Once I press emergency for peer axis recording, all the officers around the vicinity, body-worn camera starts activated for recording. Okay. Battery life. This body-worn can last up to 12 hours. Okay. So some of you may tell me, hey, Ronnie, 12 hours, very short. Can you extend longer? Okay. So the question I ask you, how long do you think the officer will go out patrolling? 24 hours? Cannot be, right? So maximum I see is about 4 or 6 hours. So if it's longer 6 hours, it's very tiring for the police officer. Go patrol, write reports, you know. And with 12-hour battery life, it's actually, you know, 100% redundancy for you. Okay. This camera itself is 2 megapixel. It's full 1080p video recording. Okay. It's a secure footage offload. So very important. Recording in the body-worn camera. When you transfer to your recorder, to your file server, that transfer has to be secured, okay? Because you don't want your body-worn camera recording to end up in social media. So then that defeats the purpose, you know. You know, people will start looking at, okay, where the police officer has gone to, you know, what images he's recording. And this camera is equipped with a very low light capability, okay, 0.2 lux. So you may ask me, hey, Ronnie, what is 0.2 lux? How bright is 0.2 lux? Okay, so imagine in the room, you switch off all the light, you take one candle, you light up your candle. That's one lux, one candle lux. Okay, so we are talking about 0.2 lux. So it's very, very dim. And this camera is able to capture useful, usable video information for you. Okay. It has dual microphones. So besides video recording, it also records audio. So, you know, if the officers is, you know, talking to someone, beside the recording of the video, the audio, the conversation is also being recorded as an evidence. Okay. So a lot of, you know, how to say, a lot of uniform organization, not only just police, has started using body-worn camera. Okay, even normal security guard, they have body-worn camera. This is also to protect, you know, liability, because sometimes this, you know, someone can accuse the security officer of doing the wrong thing. But with recording, this is the evidence. With audio, we can hear what is being, you know, conversed, and leads to that incident. So, you know, it's a good tools to prevent any insurance claim or to prevent any liability by the company. Okay, so the body-worn camera is managed by the software called the Video Manager. So this software is very powerful. Okay, it will automatically assign available body-worn camera to any officer that, you know, needs to have a body-worn camera to assign to him. Okay, so, you know, in the past, it's always you have to manually say, okay, this camera belongs to Brandon. Tomorrow, this camera again belongs to Brandon. So every day, day in, day out, Brandon use the same camera. Okay, if I use the same camera, maybe I do something to this camera. Okay, I try to open up, look at the SD card, you know, look at the battery. So with the Video Manager, it randomly assign one camera. Today, camera 1 to Brandon. Tomorrow, maybe camera 1 again. The next day, camera 3. The fourth day, camera 5 assigned to Brandon. Okay, so with every day, if you are using a new camera, you will not want to do anything to it, because when you return, it's being audit trail that you have used this camera. If something wrong with this camera, you are the one, because you are the last person to use it. Okay. Okay, a very simple setup is a one-to-one. Okay, you have your docking station. This is where you mount your body worn. You dock it in. It provides two functions. It charges your body worn. At the same time, if you have a new recording, the new recording will be downloaded to your the video manager server. Okay, so this is the simplest form. Okay, so however, the customer has 500 officers. They are using 100 body-worn camera, for turnaround. Then this system starts to get slightly more complicated, but it's still doable. We have the dock controller that control multiple docking station, and we even have a RFID reader that tags to it. Okay, so instead of manually I assign camera to a user, so right now the operator has a RFID card, access card. I tap on the reader, system automatically assign a unit to the particular user. Okay, and the unit itself will start flashing green. So because out of 14 of them, which one is being assigned to me? So the camera needs to indicate to you which one is being assigned. Okay. So if your operation is even more complex, okay, for example like this, we have a multiple docking station, and you want to stream live video from body worn over Wi-Fi back to your control room, okay, over Wi-Fi, or you want to stream, body worn camera that hotspot to your 4G phone and transmit over public network. Bear in mind, this is still secure, okay, all the way back to your video manager for viewing, for downloading is possible as well. Okay. Okay. This camera is the Serix Multi Pro. So it's a multi-directional coverage camera. So if you turn around, if I can get your attention to turn around, if you look at this particular camera on the right-hand side, okay, this camera is the multi-directional camera. Inside this camera, there are 3 sensors or 4 sensors depending on the configuration you order. There are camera modules that allow you to pan around the base of the camera unit, and it allows you to tilt up and down. Okay, so this adjustment allows you to capture, for example, after you install, you want to capture the angle from this side of the wall to that side of the wall. You can adjust the camera module such that it fit your application at that particular location. Okay, so this is the unit. It also comes as an option. You can purchase LED unit that you can install inside the multi-directional. So as you know, any camera that is day-night camera, when it switches to night, it is in black and white mode. But without any additional illumination, the camera still will not be able to see in a total darkness. But with a pair of infrared illuminator, which is optional, you put it in. Right now, this camera can illuminate 360 degrees with the infrared illuminator. Okay, so we give you the option of 9 megapixel in one camera, okay, all the way up to 32 megapixel. And we give you coverage from 180, 270, as well as 360 degrees. All right. So one single mounting location, one network cable, and one camera license. That's all you need. But you enjoy 4 different views. Okay. Where can you install this camera? Anyone want to give it a shot? Where do you think we can install a multi-directional camera? Okay, one application installed near your traffic junction, so that the 4 camera module you can point at 4 different locations. Yeah, parking, car parks. Okay, another one is like, for example, supermarket. So install one camera, you look at one aisle, second aisle, and then the walkway. With one camera, you can cover, multi-directional. Yeah. Okay. Okay, Esprit Compact. So this is also one of the latest camera that we have launched. I have not get hold of this camera as my demo unit, so I'm not able to show you a live unit. Okay, it's a PTZ camera. It's also equipped with infrared illuminator at its ear. It's very chunky, like girl, you put a flower there, very nice. Okay, and this illuminator can be white light, so you turn on as white light, or you can order as in the form of infrared illuminator. Okay, this camera also can be mounted upright or mounted inverted. Okay, so for example, under a bridge, so this camera can install inverted. Okay, so these are our Esprit model. Okay, standard without wiper. Okay, this one comes with a pair of infrared illuminator. Okay, and this is where the Esprit Compact fit in. Slim, small size as well. X-Sight enhanced too. Okay, so we are getting into cameras that is fit for oil and gas installation. Okay, so the new cameras launch is we have the new PTZ cameras. We have the fixed 2 megapixel and another compact that is 6 megapixel. As I mentioned, it's the first in the industry for oil and gas to have up to 6 megapixel resolution cameras. Okay, all cameras again come with the Pelco's smart analytics as well as the smart compression to reduce bandwidth and storage. So this is important because in the eye of the end user, money matters. So if you can produce or provide a cost-effective and yet very easy to use solution, they will probably buy our solution. Okay. Okay, it's rated for marine certification, so Lloyd Marine. So what this means is this camera, if you mount it onto a vessel, okay, the vessel goes in rough sea, all the seawater splash, everything. This camera is still able to function, okay, and all cameras are constructed with stainless steel. Okay, that's why it can survive in a sea environment. Okay, if this is a alloy metal, so after you install, within 2 weeks you will call me, hey Ronnie, your cameras start to have corrosion, very fast. Okay. Again, smart analytics as well as smart compression. So our cameras are certified across international regulatory standard. So if you want like ATEX or UL, these are more mainly for Europe, and us being in Asia, we tend to follow the Europe standard, that's ATEX. But in US, they are looking for more for like a UL certification. Okay. Okay. So the position of the explosion proof. So we have the compact, the fixed with 30 times. Although it's a fixed camera, it comes with a 30 times zoom. So you can actually fix camera. You still can zoom in to look at, for example, like the flame of a funnel. So that flame actually tells the operation room, okay, how well they are burning their process. Okay, so that flame is not for fun. Okay, the flame tells 1,000 words to the operation. Okay, and then of course we have the PTZ without infrared, and the last one is the PTZ with IR. Okay. Okay, something Tempo has already mentioned, but I would like to show it again. Videotex joins Motorola. Okay, this news you can actually found in Pelco.com or Motorola Solution.com. Okay, you can read about it. So if you are not familiar with Videotex, okay, so Videotex provide all these sort of stainless steel cameras. Okay, whether is it explosion proof or weatherproof, we even give you thermal imager. This is the thermal imager. Okay, one side is your day-night camera. The other side is your thermal imager. Okay, so the reason is very simple. Some application the user wants to see using the color camera because colors also tell you information. But during nighttime where you can't see colors anymore, you might want to use the thermal imager to look at the temperature of that object that you are trying to look at. Okay, we also provide the communication box. Okay, so your incoming power, your incoming fiber that connects into the communication box, and some of this gland or the cable entry will go to the camera to power up your cameras. To the fiber optics can also goes into the camera if you have a FSP module plugged inside your camera module. Okay.
Great. Kita kasih applause dulu. Kita break sebentar. Ada beberapa tadi yang jadi poin yang saya catat. Nggak tanggung-tanggung ya. Biasanya setahun atau 2 tahun satu produk. Pelco setelah dibeli Motorola dalam waktu yang cukup singkat melaunch 8 kamera baru. Kita kasih applause dulu buat Motorola. Dan ada satu upgrade untuk video expertnya. Seperti dijelaskan tadi oleh Mr. Roni, ada banyak hal yang disampaikan. Ibu Bapak bisa melihat semua demo, memang tidak semua excite tidak ada ya. Kamera-kamera yang tadi disampaikan itu ada di booth kita. Kita bisa lihat di sana demonya atau bisa berdiskusi dengan Brandon. Brandon, ready? Oke. Brandon akan jelaskan dari fitur-fitur dari produk yang kita launch pada siang hari ini. Terakhir mungkin ini yang menarik. Setelah tadi jelaskan corner kamera yang mungkin bisa dipakai di penjara atau di rumah sakit, kita juga ada multi pro kamera ya. Sampai dengan 32 megapiksel, ya, bisa 360 derajat yang kita bisa pakai di berbagai macam aplikasi. Juga fisheye yang mungkin sudah populer di sini. Kita bisa pakai untuk aplikasi-aplikasi yang kita butuhkan nanti. Dan kita akan sambut produk yang jadi icon kita pada sore hari ini, ya adalah Spectra Enhance 7. Kita kasih applause dulu. Spectra Enhance 7 ini yang warna hitam besar. Ya, ini adalah kamera yang kita launch. Ini kamera yang sudah 4K ya. Banyak fitur baru di sana yang nanti mungkin akan disampaikan oleh Roni, jangan saya yang sampaikannya. You explain about the specification, alright? Oke. Ya, kita sambut Spectra Enhance 7.
Okay, this is our flagship, the Spectra Enhanced IR Lookup 7 series. So this camera is equipped with infrared illuminator. Okay, and this illuminator can see all the way up to 200 meters. Okay, which is very far for CCTV cameras to look at. And this camera, why make it so special that is because it has a 30-degree lookup above horizon. So if you remember, or if you know, the speed dome usually the coverage is 90 degrees down and 0 degrees, or maximum maybe another 91 degrees. Okay, but for our Spectra IR lookup, it can go 30 degrees, even higher. So what's so special about this PTZ camera? Why can't I use the Esprit, the conventional PTZ camera? Okay, because this camera is discrete looking. If you turn around, you look at it, can you see where the camera is looking? Unless you look really hard and you are an expert, oh, the camera is looking at that direction. But if you are a public, you look at it, you cannot see where the camera is looking. So discrete surveillance. And right now it gives you 30 degrees, meaning that I can install along a highway, I can tilt up, and I can look at a bridge. When the bridge goes up, okay, using camera installed at the lower ground, I can look up on the bridge, for example. Okay? And it is very high speed. Okay? So I give you an technical specs. Okay, how high speed is high speed? It's 1 second it can turn 400 degrees. So one round, if I turn one round, 360 degrees in 1 second. Okay, this camera can turn 400 degrees. That means it can turn more than one round. It's very, very fast. But of course, it's just a spec game that we want to put as high as possible. So when we put into tender specs, you will guarantee to win the job. Okay? But in real life, no one will turn 400 degrees because later on you can go and give it a try. It's so fast that first of all, you cannot see anything. And if you keep looking at it, you will feel nausea and you want to throw up. Okay? So it's a spec. So we are launching the 4K with 20 times. So it's 8 megapixel resolution with 20 optical zoom. Or some customers say, I want the highest zoom ratio that I want to see the furthest, 2 megapixel. And you can get up to 40 times. Okay? So with such a high zoom ratio, okay, we need to have some sort of image stabilization. It's optical image stabilization. So what it means is, inside there is a feature that when you turn on, when you have vibration on the camera, okay, when you turn it on, it will stabilize your image. So when you are an operator looking at the video, you don't see the video shaking. So again, if you imagine you keep seeing 10 minutes of this shaking video, what will happen to you? You will feel giddy. Okay, then you cannot perform your duty. And it comes with the laser focus to give very good focusing during very low light condition. Okay, it also has an integrated wiper. So why is wiper so important? Okay, so imagine right now this camera I can look up. Okay, if I look up and if there is rainwater get into the front of the camera, and then if you don't wipe it, it will affect your vision, your field of view. You cannot see clearly. Once you cannot see clearly, with all the expensive recorder you have invested, what's the use? Okay, so with a wiper you can start to wipe. It's just like when you drive a car. When it rains, when it's drizzling, you will automatically turn on the wiper because to give you good vision, because you want to see where you are driving. Okay. So that's the reason why we have a wiper for a lookup camera. So likewise for the Esprit, when I showed you earlier, it all comes with a wiper, but not for the standard speed dome where it keep looking downwards, because rain will not come up. Okay, by gravity, rain always goes down. Okay, but in Asia context, our rain may go sideways. Because strong wind, sideways. Okay. Okay. This will be the last few slides before we break for our coffee break. Okay. Just now I talked. Sorry, sir, your handphone LED is turned on. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I talk, I keep talking about, Pelco smart analytics and, things like that. So what is smart analytics? consists of. So I would like to give you like 1 or 2 slides to show you. Okay, so our Pelco Smart Analytics, we can do classification. Okay, you can classify as a people or you can classify as a vehicle. So in our past analytics built inside the camera, we cannot do classification. All you can do is you draw a zone and you say my object size is this size. But if a person fit the object size, it gives you an alarm. Okay, if a vehicle fit the size, it gives you an alarm. But it cannot tell you whether is it a vehicle or is it a people. Okay, with the smart analytics, right now if I turn on my analytics as people walking into a zone. Okay, if a car drives through, it will not trigger an alarm. Okay, when a person walks in, it knows that I'm looking for a person. Okay, how does a person target size? Okay, is the width is shorter but the length is tall. Okay, but when you compare to vehicle, you can imagine what is the target size for a vehicle. Okay, it may be the height may be shorter, but the length right now is long. So the analytic is smart enough to know, okay, this is a person or this is a vehicle. Okay, and we have 9 different behavior. Okay, object in area, object enter the area. Okay, loitering, leave the area, stop, etc., etc. So it becomes very useful for customers to fine-tune their analytic needs. Okay, and most important is no licensing required. Okay, so if you buy Pelco's camera, it comes with all these analytics built in for you. Okay, you also have 2 basic analytics, that is the camera sabotage and basic motion detection. Okay. Okay, with that, I will end this session of the presentation, and we can go for our tea break. Okay. The video expert, I believe many of you has already encountered what is video expert all about. So I'm not go into detail, but I will draw the feature set that is important for the customers. For example, the 6 monitor configuration. So operators using 1 workstation, he can control up to 6 monitors at his disposal. So imagine you're sitting in front of a computer, okay, with your keyboard and mouse, you are able to control up to 6 monitors, which is a lot of monitor to deal with for operator. Okay, so monitors can be used for access control, can be used for your visitor management system, 3 monitors for your CCTV application, for example. Okay. So one of the information I want to, or rather the feature set, is the enforced export encryption. So nowadays, every time I go to social media, I will be able to see some CCTV footage being exported and upload onto YouTube, for example, or Facebook. So we don't want our customers, after selling them a system and that video recorded on their premises, being leaked into social media. So whenever someone do a video export, okay, we will enforce encryption, such that without a proper password, you cannot unlock the video file and do playback. Okay, and also we support LDAP, okay, single sign-on. So this is useful for large enterprise, for example, like a hospital. We install a CCTV system for them. The HR can use the same, user management system and log into CCTV. Okay, so the operator, I enroll into the HR. I am given a set of username and password. Using the same username and password, I can log into the video expert video management system. Okay, as well as I use it for my email access. Okay, the system is OnVIF S and G compliance. So if you know what is OnVIF, OnVIF S is mainly meant for streaming. So any camera that is OnVIF S compliant, you connect to a network, our system can detect it and start streaming as well as recording. Okay, for OnVIF G, that will be able to enable the camera with a SD card being insert for onboard recording. So whenever there's a disruption of the network connectivity and the network resume, the information recorded on SD card can be automatically updated back to the video expert storage box, such that you do not have any break in your recording. Okay, so for example, in hotel application, it's not mission critical. Maybe they don't require this, but for example, like we do a lot of casino. Okay, casino cannot have loss of recording. Every time there is a loss of recording and there is no explanation for it, okay, the operator will get fined by the authority. Okay, so they have to build in all this type of fail-safe redundancy. Okay, and last one that I want to bring your attention to is the Video Expert SDK. SDK stands for Software Development Kit. So we have a very powerful SDK that allows you to write your own integration from another system to integrate to Video Expert. So this another system can be, example, like access control. Okay, so right now we are integrated to all the top brands, access control in US, from Europe. But there are some access control that is locally developed and it's very tailored for local usage, but that is not integrated yet. So you can actually use the SDK to do that integration. Okay, so I'll show you the integration. Okay, so right now Video Expert is integrated to all these like Genetec, Milestone, Johnson Control, or BriefCam. Okay, BriefCam is the analytics synopsis. This is what they call. Okay, and anyone has heard of NavTech radar? So NavTech radar is actually a radar-based FIDS, fencing intrusion. So instead of building physical fence, the system is using radar to scan the entire perimeter for any intrusion, okay, such that it can send alarm into Video Expert, the camera pop up, and because it's using radar, it can actually tell the camera to track the intruder. The point that they start entering the premises, all the way where he walks, the camera can slowly train on it to capture the intruder. Okay, so another integration that I personally find very interesting is the Hello Smart sensor. Okay, this sensor is very popular in USA. Why? Because USA, they want to ban the teenager from vaping. Okay, as you know, vaping, every time you inhale and you smoke, you breathe out, it's a lot of smoke. Okay, and it smells very nice. There is a strawberry smell, which I like personally because it's sweet, but it's just bad for health. Okay, but because all these are chemical, there is a sensor that is built inside this Hello Smart sensor. So it detects all this chemical and it actually trigger an alarm. So when it trigger alarm, it can sense the nearest cameras pop up onto the CCTV to say, okay, there is a group of students vaping. then the authority, the school, discipline, master can identify who's the one that is vaping. Yeah. So this is a very interesting solution that I find. That's why I want to share with you. Okay, it's called the Hello Smart Sensor. Okay, the last product that I will share with you is the Compass. So this is a piece of software, and it actually helps the user to make decision. So this is not to replace your VMS, not to replace your access control or your fire alarm panel. In fact, it's going to enhance whatever you have. Okay. So Pelco is, we are providing the physical security. So this is where our cameras, our VMS come in. So where does Compass fit? So Compass is a standalone piece of product line in our portfolio. Okay, so it basically gathered all the different systems into a unified platform, and they give the operator the standard operating procedure. So for example, okay, I'll give you the example later. A lot of customers actually, when they throw out a tender, they want to build a security system. Okay, they want more system. More system can be, more CCTV, more access control, the latest and greatest access control, more analytics. Okay, fencing intrusion, whatever you can think of, they want more system. Okay, I want more technology. I want my camera to be H.265, or the smart compression, the smart analytics. With that, you have a lot of information. And a lot of time, they forgot about the human. Can the operator handle so much system, so much information coming to them? So imagine if your customers, managing a shift, you have CCTV alarm, you have access control alarm, and right now you have perimeter alarm. It's very, very daunting for that operator, because he has to remember, okay, CCTV alarm, what is the first step I need to do? Maybe I write down the time and date. What's the second step I need to do? I've forgotten. So, okay, never mind, I go to the third step. So you start to miss out, certain important procedure within your company. Okay. So with Compass, we are trying to balance it. Okay. Okay, we give you, on the human side, we help the operator to make decision. So if alarm comes in right now, first step, all he needs to see, the alarm comes in, video automatically pop up. Okay, the question will ask to the operator, do you see intruder? Operator look at the video, yes, there's operator, you click yes. The second procedure appear for you. Okay, call 999. So all you need is, all the operator need to do is click, it automatically connects to the police, tell the police that there is an intrusion, they will dispatch. Then the next question is, has the police arrived? No, click no. Then you say, continue monitor the situation. Then when the police arrive, you click yes, police arrive. Then you write your comment. Police arrive at, 3 officers arrive with a police car. Then you clear the alarm. So all this information with time stamp at the instant that you do the action is being captured by the system to be presented as an audit trail, okay, as a report. So when insurance come, okay, what have you done? Then you can easily take out this particular report to say, okay, my officer follow through these steps. Okay, no step is being missed out. But without this system, if you based on memory, like just now, first step, I need to write the date. Second step, oh, suddenly I forgot what I need to do because Karamambo got emergency. I don't know what to do. So all these are human reaction. So unless it's a very, very seasoned operator, okay, he worked in this operation line for many, many years. He has seen a lot of emergency. Okay, small case, easy. This one I know what to do, okay. But with system, with Compass, we always give you the same procedure every time someone comes into your premise. The same procedure. Okay, so it's also easier to claim insurance in the case that you need to file insurance. Okay, in the case of you need to submit evidence to the police. All these are documented. Okay, like I said before, Compass is not to replace any VMS or access control. In fact, it's going to complement the VMS and access control by giving the operator a set of guided procedure. Okay, and this procedure is not set by Compass. We give you the tools. Okay, it's set by the end user. Because brand A, for example, a end user in a bank, they need 10 steps for intrusion. Okay, but for retail premises, maybe they only need 5 steps because it's not so critical. Not like bank. Bank, you need to make sure no money is lost, my vote is not being tampered with, etc. Okay. So some of the main feature I always mention SOP. Okay, this is very important for Compass. So every time you sell this solution to your end user, SOP. Because of SOP, you can attain certain certification, which I will show you later. Okay, and it is a unified platform. Okay, so a total security solution will consist of CCTV, access control, PIDS, etc. But Compass give you more than that. I can bring in building management. I can monitor the aircon chiller. I can monitor the lift operation, whether is it faulty or not. And I also can monitor fire alarm panel. And I give you unified platform. All different system comes into Compass, and I present the operator with a single user interface. Any alarm comes in, all the SOP are automatically presented to the operator. Okay, automatic reports. Okay, this feature is also important. Imagine you're selling to a security supervisor, to a security manager. Every day every morning he has to compile reports because night shift has some incident. He has to write a lot of reports, make sure the reports tally to what the logbook is written. All these are time. Time equals money. Okay, our system automatically give the security supervisor the reports. Every day at 8 a.m., automatically send an email with all the reports compiled onto his inbox. So the security manager comes in, make a cup of coffee. I just read through my reports, drink my coffee. Okay, done. I send to my manager right now for approval. So it makes the supervisor or manager life easier. If you make their life easier, they will like your system. Okay. Remote guard tour. So this is like guard tour. Okay. You send security guard goes to checkpoint A, clock. Okay, goes to checkpoint B. You take the book, right? Right now is 4 p.m. I come to this location. I go to location 3. 4:15. I come to location number 3. Okay, Compass also allows you to do remote guard tour. So instead of sending guards out to patrol the perimeter, okay, because you have CCTV around your perimeter, make use of CCTV to work for you. Okay, we can run guard tour. First camera pop up. Operator has to look at the camera for 5 seconds, 10 seconds. You, the end user, decide. Okay, before he click yes, because we put a timer, the operator has to make sure the video stays on the monitor for 5 seconds. Okay, example. So he say, okay, any intruder, no, click no. Bring the second camera, comes out. See for 5 seconds before he click. Okay, the reason why we put a timer is we don't want the operator to sit there, click, 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 click. Then what's the use? Okay, we are supposed to make the operator life easy, but not to make them lazy. Okay. Okay, web client, you don't have to install any application. Okay, the main application is installed in the server. Okay, all they need for the operator is just use a web browser. audit trail, okay, also important. Every click, they click on the procedure is being captured. This date, this time, Ronnie Chong clicked on a procedure that says there's no intruder, but actually there is. But because it's an inside job, I see no intruder. Okay, so all these are being captured. Okay, so this is how the user interface look like. The right-hand side will give you a column of all your events coming in that is assigned to you. Okay, a red color represents, okay, it is an important alarm or event. Okay, there's an icon for fire, so you can, if there's a fire alarm panel triggered, camera automatically pop up to say, okay, is there a fire over at this location? Yes or no? You click yes. Okay, then you go to the next step. So these are all the alarms on the left. On the right, these are all your procedure. And it's very simple. Okay, we are not giving you a long passage for the operator to read before he make the decision. Okay, time are wasted. Okay, so very simple. Fire present, yes or no? Operator just click. Okay, if he cannot read, then oh, so sorry. Okay. So for this application or this snapshot over here is actually to monitor for remote guard tour. So beside doing guard tour, okay, you can also ask the operator to see, is the illumination, is the light on? Yes or no? So you see this is 2 lights, 1 light, 2 lights, 1 light. Hey, this is supposed to be 2 lights. Okay, one of them failed. So you say no. The next thing is you want to call maintenance. Okay, so for maintenance is either you can configure to immediately call them, or you can generate an email. So depending on how important, you know, this light is. So if this is very, very important because it's shining at the entrance, okay, you might want to change this. Instead of email, you call for maintenance, so they can dispatch someone to go and fix the light immediately. Okay. So this case is more for congestion control. Okay. Whenever there is a congestion being, you know, detected, okay, the system automatically trigger the event, the video pop up, okay, and the procedure will give you, you know, a guided one for the operator to select. So from here he says, okay, do you confirm traffic congestion? Okay, he asks you very simply, is there congestion over here? Maybe no. Okay, you click no. Then you put in your comment, false alarm. Okay, then you clear, finish. Okay, if you cannot decide, 1 car, 1 lorry, maybe to me it's congestion because I don't want to see any car. It's free. Okay, then you cannot make that decision. Very simple. There's postpone. You can click on this. You can escalate to your higher manager for, you know, for his action, or you can say, okay, maybe I wait a while, wait 15 minutes to see, you know, if this situation improve or the, you know, getting worse. Okay, so this one is integration to, you know, facility management system. For example, lift. Okay, so if your lift car has a camera built installed inside, so every time the lift jam, someone trapped inside, you press the intercom, a camera automatically pop up. Okay, it connects the audio intercom from that lift all the way up to your workstation. So from here you will see, is someone injured? So sometimes when the lift, you know, spoiled, jam, sometimes you will hurt a person. So the operator has to decide, is this person injured? Yes or no? If yes, it will give you another set of instruction. Call ambulance, call police, etc. If you say no, okay, is the light on? Yes. If light isn't on, okay, immediately call, you know, the lift the elevator maintenance team, dispatch them immediately to go and fix it. Okay, so once it's done, you can put in your command, okay, and you can clear this alarm. So Compress handles, all sorts of events, day-to-day events or high impact. So day-to-day event can be expire card. So if your customer has 1,000 employees, I'm sure every day somebody will have 40 access card. Whether 40 expire, he cannot get in, okay, he will press intercom, security will verify using CCTV, and if he's a valid employee, he basically will release the door open from Compress itself. Okay, from high impact will be, for example, a real fire activation and you are doing evacuation. Okay, and as I mentioned, we do monitor aircon chiller. So aircon chiller has all sensor which we can tap from. Okay, if one of the sensor is giving alarm, we can call up an event in Compress. Okay, right now we have a issue with chiller number 2. Can you send the aircon technician to go and fix it before it escalates into even more serious issue? Okay. So this is another example for intrusion. So someone force open the door, the CCTV automatically pop up. Okay, it can be a live video followed by a recorded video playback. So the recorded one will show someone actually opened the door. The live one to let you see what is happening at this point of time. Okay. And also it gives you, if there are adjacent camera that is looking around that corridor, you can also display out onto the Compress to monitor. So as you can see here, any sign of forced intrusion, yes or no? If yes, what is the next procedure? Okay, and after one of the steps will be to call the police if you verify it is a true intrusion. Okay, so after you call police, right below here is, as I mentioned, okay, has the police arrived? If yes, okay, you put in a comment. If no, you continue monitoring the situation. Okay, so key selling point, keep emphasizing SOP, okay, automatic incident reports, and remote guard tour. Okay, so remote guard tour sometimes is, for example, you are selling to like telecom. They have a lot of telecom base station. So some of these base stations are far away from each other, and it's all unmanned because it's base station. But mostly all these remote site will have CCTV. So instead of you send your security go and do a patrol, the has to drive like 30, 50 kilometers to a base station. After he verify nothing, then he drive another 30, 50 kilometers to the next station. All these are time wasted. So instead, the operator inside the security control room, he can make use of Compress. So first base station cameras pop up for me to see. The left wing, the north wing, the east wing, the south wing, and then the west wing. So perimeter, I check, everything's intact. Okay, I clear, I move on to the next base station. Okay, so with all this time being saved, the operator or the security officer can actually do even more guard tour. Maybe one more round of guard tour through all the base station again. With the given time, if you were to drive and manually to go and check on the base station itself. Okay. Okay. So another selling point is based on SOP is to get certification. I mentioned earlier. Okay, is to help the organization to get ISO certification. So it's very important for your client for themselves to get ISO certification. Because if they have ISO, if they are a manufacturing plant, okay, if they get ISO certification, they will have more customers, because other customer will think, hey, if you have ISO, that means you do things as with a standard. Okay, every time is always the same process. Okay, so we have actually helped the Portuguese Mint. Okay, this company in Portugal is actually printing money. Okay, so with SOP, with Compass SOP, because we helping them to see, you know, step by step, they actually achieve ISO 14298. Okay, so if you Google what is this ISO certification, it's actually certification for printing money. Okay, so this company basically print money, and because of the users Compass with the SOP, they are able to achieve, you know, the ISO certification. Okay. So incident management procedure. So okay, over here, as I mentioned, the left side gives you the events. Okay, the right side gives you the SOP, easy to follow. Okay, and we have a location name. So if you are deploying for one single location, then this doesn't matter because it's that location. But you can actually monitor multiple locations. For example, like the telecom, base station 1, base station 2, all these can be identified for you. You can monitor within the same city, or you can monitor across, you know, Indonesia island as well. And over here, basically to show who is logged into the system when he's performing this, okay, the username. Okay, as I mentioned, guard tour. So beside all the benefit, okay, it saves time for your security team to travel from one location to another. Okay, time is money. So if you can save time without traveling, petrol you're saving, time you're saving, all this equates to, you know, the security company has more profit. Okay, and the most important thing is to improve the security team's safety. So imagine they send the security officer to a remote location. Okay, maybe it's like, you know, in the middle of a forest. He get himself injured. He's being, you know, chased by wild animals, or the intruder basically wait for the officer to come and, you know, they hammer the officer. So these are safety for the officer. But doing remote guard tour, officer sit inside the control room, coffee or eat KFC, or he can do guard tour. He can monitor all the base station at the comfort in the control room. Okay. Okay. Another application is for banks to monitor their ATM machine. Okay. So imagine if the security officer has to visit all the ATM in Jakarta city. First, you have to drive through the traffic jam. You have to find parking first before he go and verify the ATM machine is intact. Okay. Nowadays, thieves are very smart. They don't steal money. They steal the whole ATM. Okay. So with CCTV, okay, I can see whether, you know, the lobby is okay. For example, is any intrusion? Check the camera. Do you see any issue? So officer has to verify. Okay, okay, this guy is trying to rob the ATM. Yes, there's some issue with this camera. Then you give you the next step. Call police, dispatch, you know, your security officer. Okay. Okay. As I mentioned, we can actually monitor multi-sites. Okay. You can even monitor across different countries. So if your customers, you know, they are providing the security coverage, they are internationally, they can actually, make use of this solution and manage, across multiple countries. Okay. As I mentioned, the reports. Okay, the report is not one single format. The user has the option to choose what he wants to contain inside the reports. Okay. So if the report is all about operator logging into the system, okay, then you only select operator login. So this report becomes very simple. Okay. Today's report, Ronnie Chong login at this time, this date. What time he log out, this time, this date. Okay, so you know how long he's, in front of the system. Okay. Okay. So this is the filtering for your reports. Okay. When do you want to generate this report to be sent to you? So you can generate based on monthly, you can generate based on weekly, daily, etc. And what kind of alarm do you want to put in? Okay, you want the high impact alarm, like the critical alarm, or you want any alarm also you want to include inside your reports? Okay, you can generate as a PDF format or Excel format. Okay. So this is how the report will look like. So this logo can be customized by the end user. So this will be definitely your end user logo. Okay, where is the location, etc. And if it's an intrusion alarm, usually we will have a snapshot. Okay, we'll stream from the MVR, snapshot the information with the intruder, and it's being tagged with a time and date shown over here. So if I'm the operator, when the system prompt me the alarm, okay, when the first reaction, when I click, they will even give me how long do I need to acknowledge or work on this alarm. So if critical alarm comes in, I want my operator within 5 seconds, okay, quickly, react on it. You don't want critical alarm sent to the operator workstation and the operator is busy watching football. Oh, 5 minutes later, I say, oh, there's an alarm. Then I click, I react to it. So all these are being captured in the report itself. Okay. So all this SOP, how do you create the SOP? Okay. We will teach you how to create, okay, not by using the programming language. Okay. And you don't have to call me, Ronnie, can you help me to create a new SOP? Okay, so we teach you how to do it, and it's very easy. Okay, all you need to do is, for example, you want to create intrusion. You go to the graphical editor. Okay, it will give you a start. Okay, from start you will start to put in a box. So what is this box that you want? Okay, for example, is there any intruder? So you type intruder, yes or no. If yes, you bring another box, okay, and where is this coming from? So this can be a camera, okay, intruder, you want the operator to see in his monitor, right? So you put in a camera name, and from here, you can also create, after the video being appear, the next thing he should do is to call the production manager, or he can add any comment. Okay, so this workflow is very easy to do. Okay, of course, after some training, which we will train you, you can easily create this. So once SOP is being created, okay, it is not cast in stone. Okay, so the customers can use this SOP for 1 month, 2 months, 6 months. Okay, after that they can do a review. Okay, they can see this SOP, how can we improve? Is step number 3 redundant line? Can we remove it? Or maybe we miss some steps. can we add further steps in? Yes, you can. Anytime you want, goes to the graphic editor, pull that particular SOP out, and you can add in another parameters right over there. Okay. So you don't have to call the principal to come and help you. Once we train you, you should be sufficient to change the SOP. Okay. So we talk about all different system integration. So of course, all Motorola product line, okay, Pelco, Avigilon, Indigo Vision, access control, everything is integrated to Compass to begin with. Okay, other VMS. So right now we are integrated to Milestone. We are integrated to Bosch, MVR, Dahua, HIK, DVR. Okay, other access control. Okay, I think we have Gallagher access control being integrated. Okay, intercom, 2N, intrusion, a few FIDS brand. Okay, and of course, fire alarm panel. This is very big for Compass. Okay, so these are the third party that we have integrated. So intercom, I mentioned 2N. Okay, Axis, Bosch, Dahua, HIK, Robotics. Okay, if we don't have any camera that is being integrated, no problem, we can use RTSP. As long as the camera is on with, it will have a RTSP stream sent out. So we can make use of that RTSP to pull the video stream into Compass. Okay. We can even integrate to Moxa. So Moxa is the digital input-output box. So once it's connected to the network, we can make use of the relay contact to monitor, door contacts, windows contact, or alarm, fire alarm, for example. Okay. So this is how the Compass is being wired. So again, Compass is a software. Okay. You can either buy just software from us, or you can buy software plus hardware. So we couple with, depending on your requirement, 2,000 devices you want to connect, we will, propose the high-end server for you. So the Compass server sitting here is integrated to the voice over IP, okay, the SIP protocol. And these are all the third-party systems that we are integrating to. Okay, CCTV, access control, fire alarm panel, body worn, as well as intercom PA. And over here in the control room is just monitors and workstation. Okay. Okay, so the connection from remote site can be wired. Okay. Or it can be using a 4G router or dongle, transmitting back through the internet back to your main control room. Okay, but whichever way you do, either you do wireless through 4G or wired through public internet access. Okay, you need to put in VPN. Okay, because right now you are transmitting your customers' site information over the public network back to your control room, so you need to secure their video information. Okay, for intrusion, remote guard tour. This is Indonesian police, not army, police. Yeah, go search. Okay, make sure I get the right one. Sorry? Oh, remote. Very smart. Okay, next few slides I will share with you some of the references. Okay. So in this case is Spain. Okay, it's a water distribution area. It's a total of 17 sites. Okay, it's very low camera count, only 163, but it's integrating to the Avigilon, VMS, HIK, the access control, intercom. So what they are doing is they are monitoring for intrusion using video analytics, and also they are doing remote guard tour for its perimeter. Because as you can see, for a water distribution, usually it's a very, very large, area of deployment. So to have officers, doing patrol, it takes a lot of time and it's very, dangerous for them. So it's actually useful for them to use the compass. Okay. Okay. This Portugal Mint I have mentioned before, because of using compass, they actually attain the ISO certification. Okay, we have one reference in Singapore by the Pelco Guards. So this is a private security company. So they monitors multiple buildings for their customers. So right now they are monitoring 5 buildings. Okay, all these buildings are equipped with HIK and Tahua recorder. Okay, up to 2,000 cameras. So they are looking out for alarms coming from the premises. Example like commercial building, after 10 p.m. if there are motion detected within the premises, they will dispatch their officers to the building. Okay. Next. Okay. So another big reference in Portugal